All right, so we are live. So welcome everybody to the amazing patch stories, real people and real results. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the patches here, and I'm going to share my screen a little bit back and forth. And so with the patches here, we have pain, you have sleep, balance, focus, stress, performance, glow. You want some hope? So many different things. There's a patch for that. We have 12 different patches, and we're going to kind of go over what each one does, and we're going to talk about exactly what each one does. And then as I talk about each one, if you have a testimonial or something, please raise your hand on the screen or down below, and we will go over that. And you can unmute and give a little testimonial on that. Okay. And so, whoops, hold on. Sorry. Of course, it always happens when you're trying to do something, right? Let me see. Okay, I'm going to show you this quick little video, and it's just 1 minute. And so I'm going to show you that real quick.
Super Patch is the most advanced wearable technology in the market, with 15 plus years of research and development. Super Patches are 100% drug-free, non-invasive, and backed by science. Our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a corresponding neural code or message in our brain that controls and regulates it.
Oh, sorry.
Due to factors such as injury, stress, genetics, etc., these neural codes can get disrupted, leading to poor health, wellness, and performance. At Superpatch, we've decoded these neural messages that manage the neural control of physical, emotional, and psychological functions. Every single Superpatch has a unique pattern of ridges in it, similar to a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors in and around our skin send a message to our brain, which then decodes it. This intricate pattern of ridges is known as vibrotactile technology, or VTT for short. When the patch stimulates the skin receptors, it generates and sends a very complex signal to our brain to correct the specific neural codes that may be disrupted. The effects are almost immediate. So you focus less on overcoming wellness and quality of life challenges and more on living a happier and healthier life. Whether it's improving your sleep, enhancing your sports performance, or unlocking other life-enhancing benefits, Super Patch has you covered. Try Super Patch today and start your health and wellness journey.
And so the Super Patch helps you live your best life. And so some of the benefits that we're going to go over include balance, stability, pain management, mobility, range of motion, exercise, sports performance, focus, energy, a whole bunch more. And what it is this vibrotactile technology. So how it works is the technology inside the Super Patch has a uniquely arranged ridges that look like a QR code. And when these ridges touch your skin, your cells transmit unique signals that interact with your body's nervous system. So it just sends a message to your brain. So every physical, emotional, and mental function has a specific neurocode or message. And the super patch patterns are like QR codes. And when the ridges in the pattern touch your skin, they send messages to the brain. So with the nervous system delivery in the real world of like QR codes, you send messages through the internet. Like you go to a restaurant, you click the QR code to get a menu, or on a business card, you might go to someone's website. So the super patch pattern is like a QR code that sends messages through our nervous system, and each pad has its own unique code and unique message. And so your brain and your nervous system decodes that message immediately as soon as it's touching your skin. And then just the wellness happens, from energy to enhanced balance to quality of life. And so the patches are paraben free, they're non-GMO, they're gluten free, and they're skin safe. They're dermatologically tested and approved. And so I'm going to start going through some of them, and I'm going to show you really quickly. So I have here is the focus patch. And so I'm just going to show you how it works and how easy it is. So you just pull one out. And so you see the little code here. You can see it. And so it's just really simple. You just pull it off, peel it. It's easy as a kid peeling off a sticker, right? And you just put it on your skin wherever you'd like it. And so as soon as those ridges touch your skin, then it's sending those messages, whatever that code is, to your brain. So this one is the focus one. So we'll talk about that in 1 second. And so I'm going to show you real quickly. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Liberty Patch. And so the Liberty Patch is improving how we move and changing direction. That's the cornerstones of a healthy lifestyle and daily activity. So whether you're running, going up and down stairs, walking, working, playing, the Liberty Patch is non-invasive, drug-free technology that may assist in better balance, stability, and those are key components to maintaining a healthy well-being. So if anybody has a testimonial on the Liberty Patch, please raise your hand. Hi there, Lori. Go ahead and unmute.
Good evening. I did a demo this past week. Well, quite a few demos actually, to be honest, but on a gentleman that lives across the street from me. I wish I had videotaped him walking across the street because he was very unstable. He struggled getting up my front steps. He came into my home. I did the demonstration on him. And he also had the shakes. His hands were like this. He couldn't stop shaking. And so I just, did the demonstration. I patched him up. He was steady as could be. And he says, my shaking stopped.
Mm.
And I said, yeah, I see that. So I said, well, if I take that patch off your body, I said, your body's going to go right back to just the way it was. I said, would you like me to take it off? And he was like, oh, no, I'm not taking this off. But I mean, I just couldn't believe how unstable he was, because I've seen him on videos with other people, but he was the first person for me personally that his balance was so bad, and his ability to walk, that to see what improvement it made.
That's
So
awesome.
I had several more that I did. Yesterday I did 3, and the 3 people that I demoed were truly amazed. One woman, she went up and down the steps. She says, I said, do you struggle going up and down steps? Because she just struggled walking in general. And she said, yes, I do. Well, the house that we were in was the same layout as her house. So she says, I want to go try the steps, because she felt comfortable. And she was like, wow. So I expect her to be becoming a customer as well. And the one young lady that I demoed, who has been watching me for probably a year, has now joined our team, and she's looking forward to helping a lot more people. And so now that I did the demo on her, she was like, as much as I've seen this, she goes, I did not expect to see this. And then I did put another patch on her, but I'll wait for you to speak on that one, because when you hear what happened there, you're going to be very pleased.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Jewel, go ahead and unmute and tell us the story with the Liberty Patch.
Yeah, brain tumor the size of a grapefruit. It was 100.
All right, so when I first got the Liberty Patch, I could not walk by myself. I had to use help, either a walking stick or someone to help me walk. And within the first 5 minutes of some time, I found out that I could walk completely by myself. And a little while after that, I said, well, I can walk in the house by myself, so let me try it outside. And I walked uphill in Arkansas, up the street, all by myself without any aids. So I can walk by myself, and I found out that if I don't have that Liberty patch on, I cannot do stairs. So I'm very thankful for the Liberty patch.
Yes, awesome. That's such amazing news. I'll tell y'all my story really quickly. 2 years ago, I was introduced to the patches last month, and I had been in bed 24/7 for a little bit over a month, crying every day. I honestly did not know somebody could still be in so much pain and still be alive. And I've had 3 of my 4 babies 100% natural, so I know how to deal with pain. I'm not a wimp. And but it was horrible. And I was having massage therapists and reflexologists come to my house to work on me. I tried taking the pain pills. I don't like taking drugs, but they weren't helping anyway, and they just made me more nauseous. And I got these patches, and I got the Liberty and the Freedom together, and I put them on together, but it literally took that pain that I had for a month, and in bed 24/7. My husband was having to walk me to the bathroom just to get up and get out of bed to go to the bathroom. And it took my pain from that, they say level 1 to 10. I was like, it's at a 50. And it took it literally to like a 2 instantly. And then within a couple days, it was gone. And I don't even wear the Freedom Patch anymore, thankfully. So I have it on hand just in case at any time, though. But so that's my story with that. So now I'm going to go on and share with you the Victory Patch. So the Victory Patch, it gives you strength, balance, power, agility, recovery. All those are the pillars for the highest levels of athletic performance. It's very similar to the Liberty Patch, but it's just a little bit more for the athletic type people. But you don't have to be totally athletic. You can still wear the Victory Patch too. I know a lot of people that do that, including me. I don't consider myself athletic, but I still wear this one. But the Victory Patch is non-invasive, and it's a drug-free technology that may improve general wellness by enhancing the user's flow of energy, the sense of balance, stamina, and strength. So therefore, it makes it easier for the body to maintain overall health and performance at the highest level. And so if you have a testimonial on the Victory Patch, go ahead and raise your hand and unmute and give us a testimonial on the Victory Patch. Jewel.
I had lots of muscle pain, all over body pain, and the Victory patch is what's really helped me with that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I will tell you, my son is a professional bodybuilder and goes to competitions and all that stuff. And he wears this patch every day. The people that he trains, he'll put this one on, he'll have them do like a set of 10, and then he'll put this on them and then have them do another set of 10, and he'll raise the weights. Right. And so lots of bodybuilders, lots of athletes, a lot of professional people wear that patch. And so next we are going to, we are going to talk about the Freedom Patch. And so that one is for pain management. That's a key factor to enjoy life, right? Less pain leads to a greater mobility and energy. The Freedom Patch provides on-the-go relief from minor aches and pains of muscles, joints associated with exercise, chores, daily activities, things like that. So if you have a testimonial on the pain patch, go ahead and raise your hand and unmute, and let's talk about the Freedom Patch. Anybody? Well, of course, I just told y'all mine. So like this one, the Liberty helped it also, but this pain patch like literally took my pain away so quick. And and like I said, went from a 10 to a 2 instantly, and then just gone shortly after that. And so I just like, I keep this and that Liberty patch, I keep them in my purse all the time. Lori, can you give us a testimonial on the Freedom Patch?
My sister was taking care of a lady friend of hers who was battling cancer in her final days. And she called me up and asked for some Freedom Patches, and she tried them. And then after she had used them, turned around, and my sister called me again closer to her final days, saying that she was asking if I had more pain patches because she was telling the doctors that she was not in pain. So they helped her through her final days, and that was a true blessing.
Right. Yeah, that is so awesome. I mean, especially in that type of situation. I mean, if you can just help them get through those few moments, and make it more tolerable, that's a great thing. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. So next we are going to talk about our defend patch. So a healthy immune system is a key factor of overall health, especially through the last few years, right? So protect your health like never before. The defend patch is a non-invasive and drug-free technology that may support immunity through vibrotactile stimulation, making it easier to maintain your overall health. And so if you have a testimonial with the defend patch, please raise your hand and unmute and share. Go ahead, Lori.
I'm not usually one to have so many stories. I apologize. So the demos that I did yesterday, the young woman that joined the business, we're sitting there filling stuff out, and she kept sniffling. And she says she has an allergy to dairy and gluten. And she told me that it causes her sinuses to run because of something that she ate earlier that day. So I pulled my patch out, and I said, "Here, put this patch on." So I'm sitting there and I'm just observing her, and she's filling out her paperwork, and I said, "Do you notice anything?" And she said, "No." So she started thinking to herself, "What should I be noticing?" Because after what she already saw. So then she looks at me and she says, "I'm not sniffling." Because she just going constantly. She goes, "I'm not sniffling anymore. My nose isn't running." I said, "Yep." I said, "It took about 10 minutes." And I said, "But you're no longer sniffling." She goes, "I didn't even notice because it happened so much." She says, "I was just so used to it that it didn't even dawn on me right away that I wasn't doing it anymore." So she was tickled with that experience. I said, "Look, you're already going to be rolling. You got all kinds of stories in one visit."
Right. Yes, absolutely. That's awesome. All right, Diana, can you share a story about the defend patch?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday morning or the morning before. My husband had gotten up, and the first thing he said when he walked into my office was, "Wow," he goes, "I didn't sleep real well last night." And then he said, how did you sleep?" And I said, "Fine." And he goes, "Yeah," I said, "I woke up this morning and I've got my nose is stuffy and I'm just not feeling that great." And I said, "Oh, do you want to try a defend patch?" And he went, "Oh, I don't think I need that." And I said, "Well, why don't we just try it and just see?" Well, about 5 minutes went by and he was walking past my office, and I just said, "Oh, by the way, how did the defend patch work?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't think I put it on." And I said, "Ron, I put it on your arm. You have it on." And he goes, "Oh yeah, okay, all right, I admit my nose isn't stuffy anymore." 5 minutes. It was completely clear. So that's a pretty good
Wow.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah, I have one when I watch my grandbaby a couple days a week, and my son and daughter-in-law both got sick. And I holding the grandbaby, and he co-sleeps with mommy and daddy also. And so me being in their house and then holding the grandbaby all day, I put one on the baby's back, and he was, I think, 1.5 at the time. And I always wear it anyway, every day. And neither one of us ever got sick. So I thought that was pretty cool too. Elizabeth, go ahead and unmute and tell us a story about the Defend patch.
Hi, I hope you can hear me okay. I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings. But one of the greatest things about the Defend patch is that I used to have so many allergies to anything and everything. And there was one day I was sitting down eating a cookie and I was almost totally done with the cookie. And I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, this has walnuts in it. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not reacting. I haven't been like deadly allergic or anything like that, but I've had reactions to nuts. And I was eating walnuts and I didn't have any problems. And so I eat them now.
That's
Love it.
awesome. I'll have to tell my sister that one because she has the nut allergy. We have to remember to not put anything in it when she's going to come over. All right, thank you everyone. I wanted to show you this other picture really quick too of a live blood sample that we did at a show in Chicago. And the picture on the left is before wearing it, and the one on the right is 30 minutes after, and showing their little blood cells, and how the one on the right, all the little circles are nicer, perfectly round circles. They're not all discombobulated all over each other. They've got better little oxygen rings around each one. So it just looks better, right? And so next we're going to talk about the joy patch. So hope and happiness are perhaps two of the most important aspects of the human spirit, right? Everyone wants more hope. They want more happiness. It's never been easier to find that joy and optimism in our lives. So the Joy Super Patch is non-invasive and drug-free technology that may improve the sense of wellness and happiness through the vibrotactile stimulation, allowing users to feel just naturally their best and have a more positive attitude. So if you have a testimonial with the Joy Patch, go ahead and raise your hand. Yes, Ginger, go ahead and unmute.
Wouldn't let me put my little hand up. So there you go. Yes. Well, I'm not sure just yet, but my mother has a lot of anxiety. And so today was her first day to try it. And I actually put joy and peace on her because of her anxiety, but I hope to report back some great news in a couple of days.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing. I will tell you, for me, we had 2 funerals back to back of not family members, but very, very close people that we've known for over 30 years. So very, very close friends of the family in 2 different families, but they were back to back. And so I put this patch on and it just helped me. I also put it on the wife of one of the people and the daughter of one of the other people, and helped them to get through those moments and things. And so it just helps you, even if you're naturally, I'm one of those naturally positive, kind of optimistic type people. My husband teases me and says I'm overly optimistic. But when you go through stuff in life, right? And everybody does at some point, then this just helps you to just get through some of those moments. And so the next one we are going to talk about is the Kick It patch. And so our Kick It patch is for bad habits. Like those bad habits can steal your quality of life, right? The habits are usually anchored in a complex web of intention, thought, and then repeated actions. So the Kick It Super Patch is a revolutionary drug-free solution to take back control of our lives and those habits. So it can help you overcome those bad habits. It can help you fight cravings. If you have a story with the Kick It Patch, please unmute and raise your hand and share with the Kick It Patch. I know for me, one of my big things is carbs, like the carbs that you're not supposed to eat, not the ones that you are. And so I will wear this one, especially if I'm going to an event. My husband and I go out to different events. We go out to eat a lot. And if the restaurant brings the bread to the table, I'm gonna eat it, or the tortilla chips, or anything like that. The baked potato, if the baked potato is on the menu, then I might not get the sweet potato, things like that. Jewel, do you have a story?
I do. One for me is it helps with my sugars and carbs. I have to have that thought that I want to kick them, and it helps me kick them. As long as I have that intention that I don't want to overeat all my sugars and carbs, then it works. And I also have a customer that needed to have some help with their they were vaping and did not want to put that patch on because they wanted to have one more vape. And their husband said, put it on. We want to try it out. And so they ended up sticking it on. And she said, I haven't had one vape since.
That's awesome. Very good. Yeah, I have a friend that the same thing that did it for smoking was wearing one of those other patches, that you would get from the doctor, and still was still smoking. And so I said, just put one on, just try it for a day. Here's one, put it on, let me know what happens. And put it on in the morning and called me that evening and said, I normally smoke a pack a day. And like I've pulled it out and I went to light it a couple times just out of habit. And then I end up just putting it out. It like isn't even like, not that it tasted bad, but just like, I don't want it. So I thought that was really good. And I have another friend that she in her 30s would still bite her nails all the time. And she was always, wanted to get pretty fingernails, but she could never stop biting them. And so now she gets to go to the nail salon because she quit biting her nails. So how cool is that? All right. And then somebody
So
else.
cool.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Somebody else, Elizabeth said it helps her to stop shopping. I think I'm not going to wear this patch for that one. Just don't tell my husband that one, right? The next one is our REM patch. So healthy sleep assists in the rejuvenation of your mind and body, and it's a key factor for a healthy lifestyle. So the REM patch is a non-invasive and drug-free technology that may support a balanced sleep cycle, and it makes it easier for the body to maintain overall health. So if you have a story for the REM patch, please unmute and talk to us. Hi, Diana.
Hi, I do have a testimony with this one. When I first got into the company, the first thing I wanted to do was test that patch on my husband. I've been married 30 years. Well, it'll be 30 years in about a week. And my husband is a insomniac. He never sleeps through the night. And so when I got my patches in, I said, Ron, we have to try this REM patch on you. And he goes, oh, I don't need that. And I said, yeah, you do. You never, ever sleep through the night. He goes, well, why don't you try it? And I said, well, I don't have a sleep problem. And he goes, well, for the last few weeks, you haven't been sleeping very well. I said, okay, I'll tell you what, let's both try the REM patch. So I put a patch on him before we went to bed that night, and I put one on myself. I'll be honest, I didn't know I had a sleep problem. I've never missed a night, and it's almost 9 months now that I've been wearing my REM patch. However, that first night with my husband, who has never slept through the night in 30 years of marriage, now sleeps every night with his REM patch. He won't go to bed without his, he's like, where's my patch? And I go run and get his patch. So they work, and I can only speak highly for my REM patches.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you for sharing.
Thank
Yes.
you.
With me, I was like the same way. I was like, I always said I was a light sleeper, a super light sleeper, but I was like, but I sleep great. So I don't need a patch. I even wear a Fitbit and I don't have to, it tells me I sleep great, right? And so, but I just turned 56, and for the first like 55 years of my life, I don't remember ever dreaming. And I finally said, if I'm going to sell these patches, I should at least try it for 30 days, right? I'll just try one package. Same thing. And I was like, I don't think I need it. So I'm just going to try it for a month, and then I'm just going to, then I'll sell it, right? And so I put it on and I started dreaming. And I'd wake up and I'd like tell my husband these crazy dreams I'm having. And it's like, wow, I must be sleeping. And of course, my Fitbit told me I was sleeping even deeper and better. So now I wear it every night too. Hey, Joel, what's your story with the REM patch?
Well, I had no faith in it at first, but I stuck it on. And the reason I stuck it on was because I was getting about 30 minutes of sleep a night.
Wow.
And I put it on, and the next thing I knew, I woke up. So it's, and I'm very happy for the REM patch and thankful for it.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, Lori, what's your story with the REM patch?
Well, I just wanted to comment on it a little bit. My husband enjoys the REM patch, and with speaking about more vivid dreams, my husband says that he does dream more vividly. I also find that with wearing the REM patch is that I wake up sooner than the alarm, but I actually feel more well rested. It's that quality of sleep, not that you slept and your body feels like you've tossed and turned all night, even though you know you were sleeping. It's that more restful body sleep that you get.
Yeah, absolutely. I a lot of times wake up before my alarm too. Thank you for sharing. All right, so next we're going to talk about the peace patch. So stress is so huge, right? It's one of our greatest enemies to our quality of life. But dealing with stress, they say, is deal with stress like never before. Sorry. So the Peace Patch is a non-invasive and drug-free technology that may improve general wellness through the vibrotechnology stimulation, allowing users to experience improved clarity and calmness. And so if you have a testimonial with the Peace Patch, please raise your hand. And Miss Diana, please share with us.
Just had to unmute again. Okay, so I have actually two quick stories to share with the Peace Patch. The first one was, this was a couple months ago. My husband was on a phone call with a foreign person, and I could tell by the conversation it was getting a little louder and a little louder. And so I just stood up and said, sounds like somebody needs a Peace Patch. He turned and he looked at me and said, I don't need a Peace Patch. And I went, I think somebody needs a Peace Patch. Well, he got put on hold, and he was at the point of pretty high decibels in this conversation. And so I went and got a Peace Patch, put it on him, and he kept going, I don't need a Peace Patch. I don't need a Peace Patch. I go, let's just put it on and see. And he goes, well, I'm trusting God. I go, I'm trusting God too, but let's trust God that this paid patch or Peace Patch will help you. You guys, it wasn't 2 minutes later. He was on the phone on hold, and all of a sudden I heard this little voice go, Mr. Ron, Mr. Ron. And all of a sudden I hear him get back on the phone. And instead of being loud, he came back on the phone with like, hello, yeah. Oh, you know what, ma'am? I really need to apologize to you. I was getting a little bit upset with you before, and I realized you just worked for the company, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, you didn't need the Peace Patch. So that was like, you guys, 3 minutes at the most. He went from loud to just very cool, calm, and collected. The other testimony I want to share is I get this, what I call, I know we're not supposed to give them certain names, so I'm going to say I get wiggly legs, where they just want to move around a lot. And the gal who invited me to the company had told me that, why don't I try the Peace Patch? So for the last month or two, I'm now using the Peace Patch only on the nights that I need to. But when my legs are restless and just don't want to stay still, I put a Peace Patch on, and I'm telling you what, I'm as calm and with my REM patch. But the Peace Patch is what's taking that wiggliness away. So that's my story tonight.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. And the stress and anxiety, even if you have a wonderful life, right? And everything is good, still, whenever you still go through life, right? So we still all have stresses that we go through, like phone calls. I had that the other night with talking to the internet people when my husband was trying to watch the game and it kept buffering. So he could have used one for that. And so you never know when it's going to happen, right? And so I wear this one every day also. This is one of my basic ones. Just because, they say that the more stress you have, messes like with stuff in your gut, and everybody's into the gut health now, right? And so I'm like, well, if the stress messes up your gut, then maybe this will help that too, right? So, so the same thing, there's so many different things you can wear them for, and each code is different. So you could wear a lot of them. Like I have 3 of them on, like right here is the defend and the peace and the focus. And so the next one we are going to talk about is the ignite. So balancing your calories consumed and calories burned are key factors for maintaining a healthy weight. So the Ignite patch helps you deal with calories like never before, making it easier to maintain overall health. And it doesn't replace the requirements of a healthy diet and exercise, right? But it helps you to burn 25% more of your resting metabolic rate. So you can Google that and find out what yours is. I did it and mine was 400 calories. So if I could put this on my body and burn an extra 400 calories, I'm all in, because my husband and I eat out a lot. I know I said that before, and we're foodies and we try to eat healthy, but if we can burn an extra 400 calories, we're all in. So this is one of our basics that we wear every day. Does anybody else have a testimonial or anything you want to share with this one? All right, perfect. Well, we are going to go on to our next one. And so that is the Lumi patch. So the Lumi patch says achieving a healthy and vibrant complexion is often a goal for those seeking a well-rounded lifestyle. The Lumi patch is a non-invasive and drug-free technology that may assist you in your skincare routine when you combine it with, of course, a balanced diet, regular exercise, proper hydration, adequate rest, all those things, right? That's good that you should do anyway. But embrace the path to a glowing complexion and a holistic approach to skincare and well-being. So if you have a testimonial on the Lumi patch, and I just realized, y'all, that I took my Lumi package in the other room, so I can't hold up that one. but is my skin glowing? So that's what I had just opened that one and I forgot to bring it back in my office here. So but I have pictures, and I did when I first got it, I did a Zoom with another girl. Thank you so much. And I did a Zoom with another girl, and we literally like just sat here and looked at each other after we put it on and watched each other's faces. It was really cool to see. And like when I go to church, I've had people come up to me and they're just like saying, "What makeup are you using now? What have you done different? Did you color your hair? What are you doing different? You just look so much better." I'm like, "Oh, it's a Lumi patch." And so the next one we are gonna talk about is our rocket patch. So optimizing performance and achieving a state of fulfillment are cornerstones of well-being. So the rocket patch is a drug-free and non-invasive solution that, when incorporated into a healthy routine, has the potential to heighten performance and enhance satisfaction and overall well-being. So some different things that has been said about it is reclaiming energy, stamina, passion. Neurologically, it can help men to reclaim, restore those different hormonal balances in their life. And so, but it's not just for men, even women can wear it because women have some testosterone too, right? But the thing is, I got this also, and same thing. I just wanted to try it to see the differences. And so my husband and I both wear it, and honestly, we only wear it during the day because it gives us so much energy. So we normally put all our patches on. We take showers before bed. We put all our patches on. We get in bed. We go to sleep for the night. We put the REM on. In the morning, we take the REM off, and then we have this one on our kitchen counter. And so when I'm getting ready in the morning, I put this one on each one of us. But I will tell you another story, and it doesn't really mean that it happened because of this, but my son and daughter-in-law, they were, for 2.5 years, they were not trying to get pregnant and not trying to get pregnant, neither one really, but they were just they were good either way, but they never got pregnant. And he started wearing this patch for a month, and all of a sudden she came up with a pregnancy with the two little lines. So, Lori, what testimonial do you have for us?
With that rocket patch, it's not one that I've worn very often. I have tried it several times, but this past Friday I put it on, and I was traveling and went out shopping with my son, and I noticed in the evening that I was not as exhausted as I normally am. I was able to actually stay up later and enjoy a movie with the family. But like I said, that's not one that I've tried that often, but I had a great experience on Friday.
Awesome, very good. Thank you for sharing. Miss Jewel, go ahead and unmute and share with us your story with the rocket patch.
I definitely noticed that my energy level is better and I have less pain and swelling with it.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, it's I always tell people, we can tell you what it says on the website and you can read about it, and you can also go in our amazing patch stories, real people, real results, and read the different testimonials directly from other people, right? But you also just have to try it for yourself and see what happens. And I tell everybody, go through, you have the 2 on auto ship, at least. You could have more, of course, but go ahead and try different ones. But then you can also have your basics. So like for me, I always wear, let's see, I wear Victory, I wear Defend, I wear Focus, I wear Peace, I wear Ignite. I wear those every day, no matter what. Those are the 5 I put on before bed, and then I add the REM. I put the REM on the top of my foot so I don't forget where it's at when I get up in the morning. Because I did find that I would, okay, which one was it? Or, or forget which one it was, or I just forget flat out to take it off. So I put it on the top of my foot so that way I don't forget. And then when I get up in the morning, like I said, I start getting ready for our day, and then I put the rocket patch on me and my husband. And so, but those are our basics. But then I always keep the other ones handy because you just never know, right? You never know when you need them. Does anybody else have any testimonials or anything you want to say about the patches? Awesome. Well, I'm going to say, so just real quickly, I'm going to kind of go back over it a little bit. These are 100% drug-free. You get immediate and proven benefits. So the same thing, once it touches your skin, Those little lines are telling your brain what to do. And then your brain goes to work to help your body, right? We have over 1 million, and that stat's actually old, but we have a few million happy customers. And they're FDA registered as a Class 1 medical device. We have amazing clinical trials. So get back with the person that invited you here, and they can tell you some of the clinical trials. If you're one of those like infomaniacs like me, I like to read everything. They have a 30-day money back guarantee. So can try it. And one of the things we always say is either you get your life back or you get your money back. So try it, send it back if you're unhappy. They're made right here in the United States. And we have a 95% positive user rating. And of course, you know, there's always somebody that will say something, right? But for the most part, everybody says that they're great, you know, and that's the thing. And because it's money back guaranteed, same thing, just try it and see what happens and see how it works for you. And Elizabeth said she doesn't overshop now. And so, yeah, so the same thing like that with the Kick It patch, like, you know, well, I'm okay with if I go shopping, I'm not going to wear that one. Well, thank you everybody so much for being on here tonight and sharing all your stories. And if you're tuning in, if you're watching this at a later time, please get back with the person that invited you here to find out more about the patches and how you can order them at 25% off for your very first order. Or like a lot of the people on here, you can become an associate and you can get it 25% off every order for a year. And you can share it with other people and earn some money also if you would like. And also go to our amazing patch stories, real people, real results, and read all the different testimonials. And if you're not in that group, get back the same thing, get back with who invited you to this call, and they will send you a link to get you in that group. So you can read lots more testimonials. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonials in that group. So thank you so much, everybody, for being